So my name's Aaron Collins. When we first came to True North, I was experiencing a lot of migraines, and not, the prettiest kinds. They're very disabling, and I'm pretty sure the first migraine I had, it was in 6th grade. Like my toes would go numb, like one at a time. They'd go down. My fingers would go numb. They'd come up to like my hand. They would go away. I remember like my tongue would get numb, and it just threw me out. I was in the nurse's office. I had no idea what was going on because my head was just in pain. It felt like I had like a needle in the back of my head. And I remember just sitting on the nurse's table waiting for my mom to come.
And it was hard. We didn't know why he was experiencing what he was experiencing. And his aura presented like a stroke as opposed to just the headache, where he had numbness in his face, half of his tongue, his arm, his hand. He couldn't see. He only had pinpoints. And we didn't really know what was happening. He had been dealing with headaches for like a good 6 months, and the school nurse said, "This is different. He's crying."
I mean, that sucked. It sucked when I went to a new school and I'd have to do the same thing, and I'd have a migraine. I'd go to the nurse's office and I'd have to leave the day. And then I'd have to email teachers saying, "Hey, what did I miss? What do I need to catch up on?" It would suck leaving and then having, missing interactions with my friends. My friends text me saying, "Hey, where are you?" And then me had to be like, "Oh yeah, I just don't feel good. I went home."
We started with the pediatrician the time where his tongue went numb and he lost the vision and whatnot. And the pediatrician said, "Well, welcome to puberty and your genetic structure. So this is what your life is going to be like." And I felt guilty because I had migraines as a child and my dad had them severely. And so I felt like I contributed to his pain. And that was so hard as a parent. And so we tried to balance it for about 6 months with just doing over-the-counter medication and sleep and, the sleep hygiene and making sure you didn't have screen time and all those things that they tell you to try, right? And at the 6-month mark, I asked the pediatrician, I said, "There's got to be something else we could do." I met the doctors at a market in town, a farmer's market. And I pushed my whole family over to the tent. And, reading the signs, these are all the things that we can help you with. And there was migraines on the list, right? And so I have this child who's struggling, and we really wanted a more natural approach to healing instead of going through puberty with extra chemicals in his body, right? So we signed ourselves up, and it definitely was life-changing for him, and it was definitely a more fulfilled life for me. When we entered care at True North, it was, still at least every 2 weeks to a month with the migraines. And we started off with, we're going to come twice a week. And so we did that for a little bit, and we started seeing improvement. And so it was like, okay, we didn't have one this month at all. That's great. And the x-rays show this little crooked spine on Aaron, and now this almost perfectly straight spine on the child. It definitely is very individual in your approach and very personal. You come in, everybody loves you, everyone knows your name, everyone knows your story, and they ask how it impacted his life. So how is your taekwondo? How is school going? How are you feeling? And it's definitely a much better interaction.
It's been about a year since I've had the last major migraine. You'll have headaches every now and then, but migraine, it's been over a year. And it's a lot nice not having to have that worry, that fear of, am I gonna have a migraine when I go to do this? Or fear of missing out on something. It's allowed me to do a lot more in my day and my life.
So we recommend it to everybody. We recommend this office. We love our doctors. We love the staff. And so we really do try to get as many of our friends encouraged to come as they can.